Thank you for that follow. Right off the bat. Literally just started. Turn this down a little bit. Much appreciated, though. Thank you. All right. Where were we? I believe we were working down here. Um, Made this little water feature with a pond at the bottom, bunch of fish, little fishing area for the spawn of the server, and I was given the idea by somebody to put maybe a little campfire area. I'm thinking something similar to what I have over here. Just a nice little seating area with some food. And then I might figure out a little something else to do with these rugs. I'm not really liking the way these look. This one's okay. I think I might just change it to be all black or something, but this one I'll probably just get rid of or figure something else out. I also want to touch up this pond over here a little bit. I don't think I want it to be bigger. I might just make it deeper. Um, Maybe get rid of the sea lanterns too. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, we got this nice water feature now. Put a wall along here. Kind of readjusted these trees. Put a nice little staircase going all the way down. And I really like how this way turned out. How the way that this turned out. Excuse me. And we managed to keep the tiny little cave entrance that is over here. It doesn't actually go anywhere, but I was hoping to not have to get rid of it, which I didn't, so that's nice. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe um hmm. I might actually just clear out some of this grass and kind of push this hill back to flatten this out a little bit. That weird guy Jason, thank you very much for that follow. How you doing today? Yo, you handsome no lie. You know what's weird? You're not the first person to say that to me. I think it might be the hair. My hair is getting a little long. I don't usually get it this long. I usually keep it pretty short, and I use product to kind of sweep it to the side, but I've got the old middle part right now because it's getting a bit long. But thank you for that. Doing good. I'm doing all right myself. I had a bit of an easier day at work today than the last few days. Not as long of a night. I think we were getting out around 8 o'clock or so the last couple nights, but today was a 7 o'clock day, so I've got a little extra time to stream. And I'll probably do Minecraft for maybe an hour and a half. And I've been wanting to try out Claire Obscure Expedition 33, so I might do some of that later. Oh, I go in at 8 right now. So 8 to 8 the last few days, 12 hours. Yeah. It's just the industry that I work in right now is kind of start slash middle of the summer. It's when we get the bit. Oh, there's Tana. There he is, my man's already on. Hell yeah. And it's only 8 o'clock. Look at that. 4:30 to 5. I'm gonna be honest, I like having my evening. So I feel like I wouldn't mind 4:30 to 5 as much. Like yeah, you gotta wake up earlier, so you would have to go to bed quite a bit earlier, but I don't know, I feel like I'd have more freedom after work. But my boy Tana 1400 is actually the one who gave me the idea for what we're doing today on here. I just gotta figure out how this is all gonna go. I think I might push this back even further. Like to train your name. You know, if you I do actually have a little contributor area. I think I'm gonna build would have been home way sooner with traffic on the highway. Yeah, I guess. Was there an accident or something? Because I feel like at this point it shouldn't be too bad, but you never know, I guess. I've got a little contributor board here, so Tana 1400, of course, the Dark Lord of Pain, who I haven't seen in a couple days. He actually helped me quite a bit with building this lighthouse right here. And it would not have turned out as well as it did without him. But yeah, I'll make sure to plant a tree or something in your name, just because I want to get everyone on here as a little way to remember them. I might just yeah, of course, I might just do it right here so I don't forget later. Let's get an oak sapling and some bone meal real quick. I'll make it a tall one so I can put the sign on it. I don't think it's all gonna fit on one line, is it? Nope. I'll have to do this. There we go. I'll just put it there for now. I think that's actually not a bad spot for a tree either. That's a massive tree too. I don't think I've ever seen one grow quite like that. It's got like a tumor hanging off the side of it. But let's get a campfire, maybe some stairs for chairs. Your tree got gains. Hell yeah. Let's do some signs for the chairs as little armrests. Maybe I'm thinking cobblestone around this one. And then oh, you know what I could do actually? I could do so I've got an economy system in this server. If you look on the right, I've got like money, claim blocks, all that stuff. I've it's a vanilla server, but I've got a bunch of plugins for stuff. Um and I've got a sign at the top of the lighthouse. Let me turn this music down a little. Hold on. There we go. A sign up here. When did I first start streaming? Uh I want to say maybe a few weeks ago. I did mainly like some test streams a while back, just because I got like a new microphone and webcam and all that. I rebuilt my PC a couple months ago, and since my PC can run stuff a lot better, I figured I might as well try out some streaming. And I got a better internet connection, so don't have to worry about dropping frames and losing connection as much. Uh, but yeah, I've got a sign up here that lets you buy a spyglass for $5, and you can use that to kind of look around. So I think I might do the same thing down here, but with fishing poles. Um, that way, just right off the bat, you can start fishing if you want. Let's do campfire. By real? No, 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 no. None of it's real money. It's just an economy plugin for the server. I mean, I can just like do this eco set, put myself down to $0. Yeah, I might do. I have a rank system for like admins and mods and all that, and at some point I might do some kind of VIP thing. It won't cost anything. It'll just be based on like how often people are on the server or like people who have contributed, all that. But can't put a campfire under a tree. Yeah, I can. I just did. What do you mean? I think it's a good spot. It might be a safety hazard, but you know all about those. I know you do. Uh, sign. Wildfires, my tree can catch fire. It's more powerful. That is true. Let's do a little something like this. I don't want this to be too overly complicated. Um, I put some cobblestone there. I might honestly just copy the design that's on the other one. Just do kind of a little cross pattern here. Something like that. I think that's not too bad. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm going for here is cozy. Like I don't want the server, if I ever end up having people play on it, I don't want it to be like huge. Um and so I want everything to be somewhat compact and like easy to find. It kind of bugs me whenever I join a Minecraft server and it's got like 1,000 people on it and the spawn area is just so massive you don't like what's going on or where to go. So I've got everything kept pretty simple. Um I guess since you're new I can just show you. This is like the spawn lobby area. I've just got a little map here I've been updating with some of the commands for grief prevention and interactive chat, all the plugins, um, leaderboards for like time played and mobs killed, little donation box. The shops over here, I haven't changed any of these prices. I'm kind of afraid to, honestly, because I feel like I'm going to end up making an economy system that's just like incredibly unbalanced. So I've mostly kept everything just how it came with the plugin, but I can always do adjustments later. Like some things I feel like are just too a little too cheap. Like $50 for a diamond when over here you can sell uh where is it? Right here. You can sell a bell for $250. And with that you could buy 5 diamonds. And there is a village right there. So theoretically you could just go steal their bell and go buy 5 diamonds right away. Um and then the lighthouse, a load of malarkey. Yeah, I don't know who designed the prices for all this stuff, but it's mostly fine. Like the blocks, I don't really care too much about the prices of the blocks and stuff, but definitely the enchanted books over here, I think might need some price changes. Most of them are all right though. I mean, Infinity's $200. I guess that's all right. But I'll have to wait until I actually get some people on here and see how that all works. You can buy and sell stuff between people too, because if you I think there's a command to do it. Yeah, you can do economy take and give and just like give people money if they give you stuff. Um and as the owner and admins will be able to do it too. You could put say just like a sign right here. I could do buy one fishing rod, $5. That should work. Fishing rod unknown. I think there might be a underscore in there. There we go. So you just right click it. It'll take $5 out of your money here. I'm actually at -5 now because I set it back to 0, but it'll take $5 out of your account, give you a fishing rod. One of my fish died, unfortunately. But yeah, it is pretty neat. And it's all vanilla too. Like the plugins are all Yeah, I'm taking out loans for my own server. Um, fishing rod's $50. That might not be a bad idea actually, because I think by default the plugin starts you with like $100 or something like that. And fishing can be pretty powerful in this game. With the regular fishing rod, you'll mostly just get fish, but you can get like enchanted books and stuff like that. So that might not be a bad idea. Yeah, we'll do 50 for now, and I'll give myself some money so I don't keep going into debt. Do $1,000, and I think the claim blocks, the grief prevention system also starts you off with 100 blocks, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a 10 by 10 area. So right off the bat, you can just I'll actually show you what this looks like as a new player. So I will make myself not an operator. Put myself in survival. Disconnect. Um, there's a file in the server files that I have to download. It's like my player data that it saves for each person on the server. So if I just delete that like that, then join the server, now it'll count me as a new player. So right off the bat, so say welcome to the server. It'll give you a stick and a gold shovel. But I did add descriptions to them just so you can see what they actually are for. Claim stick, use this to check claimed areas, and the shovel is for claiming spots. So, if I just run out here, I can take the shovel and say like right click there, and there we go, that works. The minimum is also 100 blocks, so you got to figure out how big the radius of it is, but it'll put some glowstone and gold blocks as little corner spots for the claimed area. And so now I can build and do anything I want with this area, but if another player were to come into this square, they wouldn't be able to interact or break anything. They wouldn't even be able to like open chests and take stuff out of them. But if you do, I think it's slash access trust and then type in someone's username, it'll make it so that person can interact with your claim. And you can do like slash claim list and get a list of all your claims. I think you can name them too. Um, and you get more claim blocks just for playing. I don't remember exactly what the rate is, but I know it's per hour. You get a certain amount of them. Yeah, and eventually the claim corners will go away. But I think if you just put the shovel back in your hands, it'll show you the border of it. So it's pretty cool. Um, super easy to set up too, and you can use the same thing. It's just a plugin called World Guard. It's what I use for protecting the spawn area and setting the regions for like where you can and can't use certain commands. So here I will just make myself an operator again. Creative. And if you ever forget what the commands are, I think not everyone can use it right off the bat. I think the majority of people I will let use this command, but if you do slash spawn, it will just teleport you right back to spawn, and there's a button here. It'll give you a book I made that will have all the different commands in it. Just because they're all... Do you get the command? So I can't set permissions. I have like a default tier list for permissions, and like everyone besides me right now will be at just like the default player level. But I can make people like mods and admins and stuff. And once you become a certain tier, like say you become an admin, you can also promote other people up to your level. You trust me with admin? I maybe, I don't know. I still have yet to figure out what permissions each one will actually get. Um, but you'll have the ability to like silence people in chat and maybe ban people if they're doing stuff they shouldn't and all that. And I, as the owner, still have full control over everything, so I can override stuff like that. Um, but yeah, that's something I'll have to do some testing with to try and figure it all out, because there are a lot of commands in this game, especially with all the different plugins. Like it took me forever just to figure out how to ban commands in certain areas, because there is a command for the shops, but I don't really want people to be able to use it outside of this area. So I can do it right now because I'm an operator, but normally if you do /shop, it'll tell you that you can't do it. But if you stand here, the welcome message will pop up and tell you that now you can use the command. Admin should only be able to bring others to mod. Yeah, that would make more sense. But I'll have to figure out in the config file for the plugin how to do all that, because there's a track that you make with different permission levels on it, and there's a promote and demote command, and I know there's a way to set it so that whatever tier you're on, you can only promote people up to a certain level and demote them to a certain level. So I'll have to figure that out too. But um, it's hard to test by myself. You're pumped to be the co-owner of my server. I mean, whoops, I do not want rain. Maybe, I don't know if I'd quite say co-owner, but definitely a contributor and someone who maybe will be more trusted. Co-lead. Yeah. I honestly don't even know yet if people will play on here. So far, I've been the only one, mostly because I've been setting everything up. Um, but pretty soon, once it's all done, I do want to I'll like reset my money, reset my claim blocks and everything, and just go into survival mode and just play some regular old Minecraft, some vanilla Minecraft. And there's a bunch of new stuff in the game I don't really even know about because it's been so long since I played, but I'm pretty hyped about this seed too. Just because like I haven't really left. I have my render distance set at 32, and I haven't really even left this area, so I don't know what's beyond the render distance. But I do know, so there's a village, of course, over here, but I also saw there is a sunken ship and a ruined nether portal over there. Um, some kind of island over there, and then a dark oak forest, which I love over here with the mushrooms. So that's pretty cool. Anything different outside the village? Still currency stuff. Um, not really. So here, let me look at the list of plugins I have actually. So I've got the economy system, of course. A couple chat plugins just for like quality of life stuff. Um, the World Guard, World Edit, Tool Stats, which is a pretty neat one. It just shows you like, if you have a sword or something, it'll show you damage dealt and mobs killed and everything for that specific tool. Um, I did install the Geyser plugin so that Bedrock Edition players can play, but it only works on PC. I tried with Tana over here because he's on Xbox, but unfortunately, console players still can't add custom servers to their server list. So, if you ever listen to a cheetah meow, uh, can't say I have. Um, oh, they sound just like a cat. I gotta hear. I did actually no. There was a video I found a couple days ago of like a bunch of different big cats, like lions and cheetahs and panthers and stuff, like purring and meowing. And I do remember now a lot of big cats, like when they're domesticated and friendly with you, like they'll purr and meow just like regular house cats. It's weird. I'm not sure why they do that either because from what I've heard, house cats like they don't normally meow in the wild. It's more of a thing they do since they're domesticated, and they only know to do it like to get a human's attention for whatever they want, food or whatever. Um, Sorry, I've got food on the way soon because I am hungry. I know cats meow at each other though. Yeah, I think I've heard all kinds of like reasons as to why they meow. Some people say that like cats will meow to try and mimic the sound of like a crying baby or something. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe if you have a baby in the house that cries and makes those kinds of sounds, then that is like a reason why they'll do it. But I feel like this path should be extended more towards the pond a little bit. You love kiwis. Kiwis as in like the animal, or eat two kiwis an hour before bed every night. Trust me. I haven't had a kiwi in so long. Um, you know what I want to try? So I'm the type of person scoop it out of the like the skin, the furry skin that's around it. Go get it the next time you're at the grocery store. I might have to now, just because I've seen videos of people like yeah eating it like an apple, like they just grab it and they take a bite straight out of it. I feel like it's gonna cause like some sensory issues for me with like the fuzziness on the outside of it, but I gotta try it at some point. Just give it a fair shot. I'm gonna fix up this carpet real quick. Keep you updated. Yeah, I can't even tell you the last time I ate a kiwi though. It's probably been years. It's kind of just something I forget about. I'm special. I am special to you. If I'm so special, how do you eat kiwis, huh? But for a second, I thought you were talking about kiwis like the animal. I'm pretty sure there's a species of like weird birds called kiwis, aren't there? Yeah, they're in New Zealand, and they've got like the real long pointy beaks. I only know that's a thing from there's some game development studio whose logo was a kiwi. 2 kiwis an hour before bed. I feel like I need to be enlightened here. What about the kiwis makes is there like something in them that like triggers a part of your brain that helps you like sleep or something, or kiwis really good for you and help you sleep? Yes. Yeah, it's almost like a natural melatonin, maybe, I guess. I could use some of that honestly these days because I've been going to bed way too late. I'm kind of trying to figure out. Speaking of, I gotta sleep. It's probably you're probably East Coast. I'm guessing then. Sorry to leave me. It's okay. Yeah, I figured. Just get a crank session at 11:31. Yeah, that's about the time that I should be going to bed too. So I'll see you later though. Hope you sleep well. Have a good day tomorrow. I should be on around, I don't know, sometime between 8 and 9 tomorrow. So well, eight to 9 my time, Pacific, West Coast. Don't know the meanings of fake time. East Coast gang. Right now maybe East Coast is the new best coast. West Coast is no longer best coast. See you. Hold on. So it's been only been 37 minutes. I'm not really sure what to do now, to be honest. I mean, the only plan I had for tonight on here was setting up this little campsite and the fishing rod you can buy. Where's that new game? I can show you actually. It's let me pause my Spotify so I don't get copyright claimed. It's right here. I already started it up once, like to the main menu, just to make sure it didn't have to like install anything else. But I'll probably do about another half hour of Minecraft, and around like 9 o'clock, I'll switch over to Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's French apparently, and I actually did some I did my research. Oopsies. And by research, I mean I went to Google Translate and I typed in the title because I could tell it was French. And fun fact, this is what it means in English: chiaroscuro. And if you look at the definition, it's the treatment of light and shade in drawing and painting, which for the theme of the game is pretty fitting. I found that kind of interesting because the game is all, themed around paintings and art and stuff. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I need to do something about this. Um, I feel like in the next 20 minutes or so, I could come up with a decent idea for this. Oh, the little pond over here too. You know what? I'm just for this actually. I'll just do this. What is it? What do you mean? What is it? What is what? That one section? Oh, I mean like the fact that so all the three paths here that go up from the lobby, like they all lead somewhere, but this one doesn't. Like this path literally just takes you off a cliff. And I mean, it I could just leave it like that, to be honest, but I feel like it's just kind of it feels kind of off not having something there. It doesn't feel complete unless I put something. Even if it's just a small like little wooden deck or something. Like I could take some planks and some fences and just do a little something like this where it like sticks out. I would obviously make it bigger than this and it would be more detailed, but put a sign that says death. Yeah, I mean I could do that, I guess. As like a little gag. I could put a sign that just says like caution, steep steep drop ahead or something, but I was thinking just something simple as this, like a little platform. Because the entire point really of this lighthouse was, well, for one, to make it easier to find the spawn in case you ever want to go back to it and you can't warp. But also at the very top, I put fence gates so that when you get the elytra and you're able to fly around, um, in fact, I might even put a sign up here that lets you buy fireworks or something for like a couple bucks. And you can open the fence gate and like take off from here. So like say I wasn't in creative and I just had an elytra. Um and put it on my chest. It's been a long time since I've done this. You know, you can just take off from here, glide around with your fireworks. Yeah. Have you have you used the elytra? I feel like I know you've played Minecraft before, but I feel like you probably haven't played like all the way through to killing the Ender Dragon in so long. You might not even like have seen that, or at least not used it. But yeah, this it sort of doubles as a takeoff point for elytra users, just because it can be kind of difficult to take off from the grounds. If you practice a bit, you can do it, but you have to like run, press the jump button, and then press it again in midair to start gliding. And when you're on flat ground, it's kind of awkward to do it. You gotta get the timing just right. And that one little window where you're gliding is when you have to use the firework. So if you're not someone who's like practiced and gotten really good at that, you can just climb up here and take off. Um, actually, you know what I might put over here is is that the lighthouse? Yes, this is the lighthouse. I did some touching up to it, fixed the lighting a bit, surrounded it with some trees. Loving it. Thank you. I also love it. It turned out a lot better than I expected it to. Um, Also get this little water feature down here, little pond for fishing and all that. It's turning out pretty well. I think I'm almost done with it at this point though. I don't think I want it to be too huge. Um so pretty soon I'll you love how the terraforming turned out. Oh yeah, have you I think last time you were here, I was in the middle of terraforming this, right? Need to do is the flag. Yeah, I need to fix that real quick too. But I think I was in the middle of doing all the terraforming. I had just moved the lighthouse and I was building out this hill. It was just a big block. Yeah. I think I've definitely adjusted some parts of it a few times, but it turned out pretty nice. and it's all filled in too. None of it's hollow. So if I ever want to like put something in here, I always can. Um, but yeah, I think this whole area over here is just it's pretty cozy, pretty nice feeling. And here, let me set it to nighttime just so you can see. I did a little trick here with some lanterns under these trap doors to kind of make it look like the light from outside or from inside the warehouse is shining out to the outside, so it's a little bit more visible. But the whole area itself is just pretty nice looking. And I think the red and white was the right move because it matches the market stalls. But yeah, I'm excited almost just to finish this so I can actually start playing on it. And like I won't hang out here too much because this is just the spawn area. You can't actually break anything or build anything here, but anyone who ends up joining, this is the first thing they see, and so I want it to be inviting and user friendly. And of course I got Poogie. I haven't fed Poogie a carrot in a while. There we go. And just dumb little things like that I love. Um, I do want to make some kind of like actual structure, even if it's just like a big sign or something for like the contributors. I thought about just lining the inside of the lighthouse with them, but I don't know. It might look kind of weird. It might ruin the look. The spawn I got is anything, but right now it's quite literally on the side of the cliff. I mean, it could work. This one was kind of on the side of a cliff. It's not super steep. There was quite a bit of real estate on the top here. It was actually more rounded on the top though, and I just like cut the top of it off and made it all flat here so I could build. What race is Poogie? What do you mean by that? What, like, I mean, he's a pig. He's special, I guess you could say. I mean, look at him. You know what I mean? I do know what you mean, but I'm going to. Poogie looks like he'd be NASCAR. He's just, here. Let me pull up the picture. Hold on. Captain Monday, I don't know if you've played the Monster Hunter games or not, but if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. Oh, because race, yeah, was a bad joke. Find a good picture. Only a little, and yes, very bad joke. Well, here we go. This is Poogie. He's in like almost every Monster Hunter game. He's just an adorable little pig that hangs out in the hub area, and you can pet him and unlock costumes for him, and he's adorable. And petting him does absolutely nothing, but some people do believe that doing it gives you good luck and better drops after your hunts. So look at that cute little frog suit. I love it. I just realized I forgot to change my audio capture to the game. That's okay though. I was I'm actually probably in about 10 minutes or so here going to hop onto some Claire Obscure Expedition 33. While I was at work today, I went on my phone and bought it and did the remote download on Steam so it'd be ready when I got home. And I'll probably do a couple hours of that. I did boot it up to the main menu just to set like graphic settings and everything, and I've got the Xbox controller ready for it because being a third person turn-based game. The music is fire as well. Yeah, I've heard some of the music, and now that I'm thinking about it, who was the producer for that? It had to have been somebody that I recognize, just because like it it seems like one of those games that's just like back to back bangers every single time. I don't recognize the name. Lorien Testard. It's weird to me because I'd never even heard of the did some indie game work, which is how the producer found him. That's cool. I I like when devs do that. I think isn't that kind of what they did with the Lena Rain, the one who's made some of the Minecraft soundtrack now. I think I know she made the Celeste soundtrack, but I don't know if that was before or after the Minecraft stuff that she did. I think it might have been before, and they found her through the indie game Celeste. But I'm definitely a big supporter of indie games and even like just smaller studio like double A stuff. Um, like the studio that made like No Man's Sky and Outer Worlds and stuff like that. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this for now. I'm gonna take my elytra off actually. I think this might end up being honestly the last. Not a big fan of Obsidian these days. Yeah, I never actually played Outer Worlds 1, and I didn't know the second one was either coming out or has come out now, and I've only heard kind of terrible things about it, to be honest. Um, People criticizing them for being, the New Vegas devs. Their entire marketing tactic is just pointing out the fact that they made New Vegas. Um, and so a lot of their sales are Outer Worlds 1 was all right. Avowed was terrible. I don't even know what Avowed is. Oh, I see. It's a what am I looking at actually? It looks like a the last one's left after the first Outer Worlds, probably, yeah. I'm just looking at like screenshots of Avowed, and it looks like a crappy mobile freemium, like free to play game. Looks like something I'd constantly get YouTube ads for. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. This is probably there's not much left that I want to do, so be the last stream I do for building this spawn area in Minecraft. But I'm obviously gonna continue streaming Minecraft. I'm gonna reset my stuff, put myself in survival, and actually play the game properly. Um, just so that I can also kind of announce that way that the server is actually public. the world itself. Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited to explore this world and see everything it's got. But I mean, technically, this whole time the server's been public. Like it's it's not just locally on my PC. Like it is open, and I've got the IP up here. Well, stuff involved was interesting, but the writing was terrible. Oh yeah, for the Minecraft world. That's what I thought you were talking about. Um, there was another game that no, it was a show. This is really random, but it made me think of this. The Rings of Power, the Amazon Lord of the Rings show. I never watched any of season 2. I only watched maybe like the first 3 or 4 episodes of season 1. And like visually, because of the budget, like the sets were amazing, and like it most parts of it at least looked great, but like the dialogue and the writing was just awful. Like clearly none of the budget went into the writing for that show, because it was just whenever the characters spoke to me, it just was like word vomit, and it was like the characters were speaking poetry to each other all the time. Like it was the most unnatural written dialogue I've ever heard. Also, this is bugging me. I just realized that this stair right here is not the right color. And now I gotta put that sign back. Whoops, I have caps lock on. But yeah, honestly, it wasn't that the budget wasn't there for the writings, that the writers thought they knew better than the yeah. Um it seemed like they just it almost felt like they they obviously knew the source material, but they just for some reason didn't want to go along with it. Like it's like instead of just embracing the source material and like expanding upon it, they were like, nah, we can do better than that. Like this isn't how it should be. And I just don't get it. But same with Halo. Honestly, I can't even comment on that, because like I've played all the Halo games and I love them, and I still play the older ones to this day. I've just never really given that much of a shit about the story of them. Like I liked the campaigns, like gameplay wise and like level design and um all that, but the stories themselves just never really gripped me all that much. They didn't like the fact that it was a Catholic allegory. Probably, to be honest. Halo, how do you? I was obsessed growing up. Yeah, I never played Halo 1 or 2 just because I'm well, not growing up, because that was kind of before my time. I'm only 25. I was born in 2000, so and growing up I was always a PC player, so I never played Halo 3, but I did eventually get a Xbox 360, and that was when I started playing Halo Reach, and ever since then I I've been a Halo fan. And I still play Reach to this day. I only really played the SWAT game mode. That's sort of my thing in all the Halo games, just because my best friend got me hooked on it back in the day. But in Halo Infinite, I actually really liked, and I did pay more attention to the story of that game, just because I'd heard that you didn't really need to play the other games to understand the story, because I never played Halo 5. I have played it now, because it was on sale for pretty cheap at one point on on the Microsoft Store. Um, I didn't like the fact that like the entire story, 5 was the worst story. Yeah, I liked some of the characters, but I think it wasn't well written, and I think they didn't include the chief enough, to be honest. There were only like 2 or 3 missions where you actually played as the chief, and I just had a hard time caring about the other characters all that much. Wouldn't have been that big if it wasn't for the twist in the first game. Are you talking about like the reveal of the flood? Because they show off like the Covenant being this like big threat invading the Pillar of Autumn and like being on the Halo ring and all that. Yeah, and then just like out of nowhere, they're like, "Oh, hey, there are also fungus zombies," or I guess not fungus really, but yeah. At some point, I want to play through the earlier games again because it's been a while since I've done like Halos 1 through 3. Another alien shoot 'em up. Yeah, it almost. Well, I mean, at the time, I think Halo 1, story wise, it would have just been like, another copy of Alien shoot 'em ups. But gameplay wise, it was still pretty revolutionizing, I think. It kind of pioneered like the two weapon system and all that, and kind of helped transition from linear hallways to not really open world, but bigger level sizes and all that with like vehicle gameplay and stuff. Um, I will be right back. I have food here, so one moment. But on that note, I think we're going to get into some Claire Obscure now. So I gotta change the stream title and all that.